We have a lot on our plate, so let's just get right into it. First off, Sheikha Mahra, or the Princess, Her Highness Sheikha Mahra, has launched her new business called Mahra M1, and she has launched a new perfume titled Divorce. So this is with the ongoing reports and news of her recent divorce, and it's been going pretty viral across social media. And she's taken this opportunity to release a new perfume line. And a lot of people are calling this iconic and are praising her business idea. And I think
the pictures were really good.
The pictures were amazing. And I think because of all the traction she's getting from social media, I have really good faith that the business will go really well, and then people will buy her perfumes. So that's all for Sheikha Mahra's
Apart
story.
from that, the British billionaire, the founder of hedge fund Marshall was basically the guy, Paul Marshall. He has acquired The Spectator. It is one of the biggest UK newspapers, very famous for their cartoon title pages. And they've acquired it from an Abu Dhabi-backed Redbird IMI company. So Redbird IMI is a partnership between two companies. IMI is International Media Investments, which is based in Abu Dhabi, and Redbird is an American company. So these two companies had the largest share in The Spectator. Now Paul Marshall has bought it. Yeah, that's it mainly. And what Paul Marshall is going for next is The Telegraph. So in 2023, mid-2023, IMI also, International Media Investment, also tried to take over The Telegraph, but the move was blocked by the British government. So it didn't happen. But now The Telegraph is being sold. A lot of parties are interested. Maybe Paul Marshall will not be the majority stakeholder in it, but he will be one part of the sale of The Telegraph.
Another exciting business and academic news. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the ruler of Dubai, has announced the launch of Dubai's newest university called Dubai National University, and he has invested 4.5 billion dirhams. And the whole premise of the university is to cater to more research-based and more solutions to problems that the future generations are facing. And it's, of course, a very amazing idea for a university. It's a very progressive idea. And they are also focusing on future technologies. And the university also aims to rank among the top 50 young universities worldwide within the next decade. And this is according to tweets by His Highness. And another thing is that the university will focus more on Emirati identity. And they emphasize that the institution will play a key role in preparing future generations to adapt to the very fast, very rapid changes in the global world. And that's about it. It's a very exciting
and the last thing that I read in the morning is that the UAE, it's a philanthropic plus business news. So the UAE has pledged another 220 million dirhams. They've already invested some money in the project, Egypt's flagship hospital, which is Majdi Yaqub Global Heart Center in Cairo. So they've already pledged some money, but now they have pledged an amount that is 220 million dirhams to support the expansion of Majdi Yaqub Global Heart Center in Cairo. And a new medical complex will be built in this hospital, and it will be named in honor of Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid, Vice President and ruler of Dubai. It will increase the hospital's capacity to 120,000 outpatients and allow 12,000 heart operations a year, ultimately serving 132,000 inpatients and outpatients annually. So the fund will provide a vital lifeline to thousands across the region, in Cairo especially, said Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed, Crown Prince of Dubai, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Defense.
That's really great. I mean,
very good philanthropic venture.
Yeah, and even, throughout these few months, we've seen a lot of field hospitals being
set up in the Gaza Strip,
in the Gaza Strip, as well as between the border of Gaza and Egypt. So it's great that they're setting up even a different one in Egypt.
So they're not just focusing on their growth in every sector, health, education, everything. They're also helping other countries throughout the region to grow with them. So that's a great idea.
So let's move on to our main stories today. So we have Apparel Group partners with Carrefour to re-enter Indian market. Leon Black chooses Abu Dhabi for first international family office, and ADNOC to supply Indian oil with LNG. So the French retail giant Carrefour, we're all aware of, and it's a franchise of Majid Al Futtaim, has partnered with Dubai's Apparel Group to expand to India. Now, it has been opened previously in India, but was closed down in 2014 because of underperformance. But now, as they're seeing more demand in India for Carrefour, they think it'll be a great extension. And also the CEO, the executive director of Carrefour, Patrick Lesfarges, has said that the arrival of Carrefour in India marks an important step in Carrefour's strategy of expanding their franchise in more than 10 new countries by 2026. Now, they already have 14,000 stores in 40 different countries, but they are trying to franchise in 10 different countries in the next 2 years.
The interesting part about this story is that Carrefour, which is a very big name, it's a retail giant, they're a French company. They entered India in 2010. For 4 years, they tried to work it out in India with a partner, obviously. But what happened was, at the end, they had to move out because India itself has, it's a good move again, because this time maybe they will succeed because they're not going everywhere.
Right.
They're targeting a segment in North India, and as soon as they get some results from them,
they'll hopefully expand.
Yeah. And the good part is that Dubai's Apparel Group, which is a very big retail giant in Dubai also, they own a lot of brands here. The franchises of the brands, they are partnering with Carrefour to go to India. So they'll have the support of someone who understands the Indian market. So that way, this time maybe they won't fail and the business will kick off nicely. But again, they'll face a very, very stiff competition from Big Bazaar, which is owned by Reliance, as I understand. And Reliance is like a very, very big group. We've seen the recent wedding, so everyone knows how big Reliance is. It was one of the most expensive weddings in the history of humankind, or maybe in the history of Asians at least. So that group is backing Big Bazaar. So let's see, local businesses always have a good stronghold in their own countries, I think. Yeah. And in the UAE, we've seen Majid Al Futtaim has all the franchises for Carrefour. So India, Apparel Group has, it's a strategic move. Apparel Group and Majid Al Futtaim, they're competitors here because both are retail giants. So Apparel taking Carrefour from the French people and moving to India. It's a very nice strategic move by them.
Hopefully, now that they have the backing of these other companies, they'll have a chance at staying for a prolonged period of time and having a success there, a successful market.
That's the main thing. I guess it takes 2 to 3 years to understand the market. But with Dubai's Apparel Group, their expertise, they will face good growth. But again, depends how much target they've set for them. If they're thinking of only breaking even in the first 5 years, if they want to go into the market and earn, India, again, 1.2 or 1.3 billion population, it keeps increasing. So there is not a fixed number, but nearly approximately 1.2 billion people in the world. It's one of the biggest markets right now for a grocery and a retail setup. So everyone is going to India. Yesterday, we talked about Ideals, that they're also planning. They're a shop and win e-commerce platform. They're also moving to India in the first half of next year, 2025. So India is a very ripe market for the eyeballs if you have people to attend events. And if you're a retail-based service, if you're selling a product, you still have 1.4 2 billion people to cater to.
Yeah.
Big market, a lot of people, and the buying power is increasing in India. With a lot of foreign investment coming in India, the people who were earning 30, 40,000 are now earning 60, 70,000 per month. And obviously, with money comes more buying power and more products and more brands.
Right. Let's move on to our second story. Leon Black chooses Abu Dhabi for his first international family office. So Leon Black is the founder of Apollo Global Management and is also a notable private equity figure. And he has established his family office called Elisa Management. And their first international branch will be in Abu Dhabi's global market. Now, the office will be named Scimitar, and it will focus on building out a credit platform and will be led by local executives, including Abu Dhabi-based financer Asad Husseini. And this move underscores Black's strong ties to the region, which he has developed over 30 years of engagement. Now, I'll read out the statement that he put out regarding this move to Abu Dhabi. So he says, "I've long admired and respected the people of Abu Dhabi who are at the core of driving the development of UAE and the entire Gulf region. I've been coming here for more than 30 years, and the growth and prosperity that has occurred under Abu Dhabi's visionary leadership is truly remarkable. My family office wants to be part of that transformation, and more importantly, will be an active member of this community. Having an office with local executives leading it is critical to our strategy and demonstrates our commitment." So Leon Black is a huge figure. He's not, he's a very huge figure. And to say that about Abu Dhabi's market and to move his first international office here is a very big move for his office and also for the Emirate as a whole.
We've seen that UAE has become a hub for first international expansions. Gymshark, we saw recently did a story that's a athleisure brand from the UK. They're opening their first international shop in the Dubai Mall. A lot of companies which are setting up office outside of their country for the very first time, they're choosing either Dubai or they're choosing Abu Dhabi. And Abu Dhabi's global market, ADGM, is a very good place to set up an international office. The facilities, everything is perfect. I don't want to go into details of the Abu Dhabi global market because the story is about Leon Black. But what will happen is that Elysium, the company, its establishment in Abu Dhabi, it will also give more impetus, more importance to ADGM.
Right.
It's not just Leon Black's benefit. They're also attracting billionaires in small numbers, but they are coming. So again, very good move by UAE, very good move by Abu Dhabi government. So with Black's substantial financial influence and experience, the new office can bring valuable capital and expertise to the region as well. That's also one of the positive points. And it will potentially catalyze new business opportunities. So one guy coming always attracts a lot of other people because everyone wants to know why he is going there.
Especially a guy like Leon Black.
Yeah. So if he is going, everyone will be wondering now that, oh, why is he going? And when they find out the reason, oh, this, obviously a lot of other people will move. So it's like a group of billionaires or a group of people who follow a certain strategic leader. So they will also follow.
Another billionaire who we are all familiar with, Elon Musk, is always tweeting out about Dubai, and he's always praising Dubai and the leadership and everything. So that's another instance of a billionaire having a big impact on people.
Our best friend, we should always mention him, Pavel Durov, the founder of in this country right now. So if you set up an office and try to meet them, you can meet them. I've seen the football player Haaland walk on Barsha streets, Ronaldo coming and walking around. So these big players and then these big billionaires, everyone is moving around in this country very freely. Ronaldo is living in Saudi Arabia, obviously, but he came to Dubai and I saw the video and I was like, oh, such a big guy just walking around.
Yeah, just walking around.
Yeah, so that is the kind of safety actually everyone feels in the UAE, in Abu Dhabi, in Dubai. They're not scared of anything. They're just walking among the crowd, feeling safe that, oh, nothing will happen to us. So no one will stand up and say, oh, Messi is the GOAT. So yeah, apart from the jokes, business-wise, very good move. The office is expected to pave the way for further international expansion, establishing Elysium Management's footprint in other strategic markets worldwide. So very good move. Perfect for Abu Dhabi.
Yep. Finally, let's move on to oil news. So ADNOC to supply Indian oil with LNG. ADNOC, which is Abu Dhabi National Oil Company, has signed a 15-year agreement to supply Indian oil with 1 million metric tons per annum of LNG, which is liquefied natural gas. And this will come from ADNOC's Ruwais LNG project, which is set to begin output in late 2028. So he still hasn't started the output. It's still, I believe, under construction.
Yeah, big announcements came during this time when he was visiting there. So he met a lot of leadership in India. He met Prime Minister Modi as well. So he's meeting them. There's a lot of deals being signed. Good idea to always have other countries like growing, developed countries being trade partners with you.
Yes.
The UAE and India already have CEPA signed between them.
They have strong economic ties. Yeah.
So the CEPA is like very. It's an agreement of trade. The full form is Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. Sorry, I forgot it completely. But Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, they already have with India. India was the very first country that they signed a CEPA with. And then now they have signed multiple CEPAs, nearly 10 to 12 CEPAs with other countries as well. So a lot of tax, a lot of tariff rates. There's a lot of convenience in doing business between the UAE and India. So there's a very good cordial relation between the countries, and this deal, 15-year deal, will obviously support this whole idea. And let's see, the deal strengthens energy ties between UAE and India, a key market for LNG, liquefied natural gas, enhancing ADNOC's role as a major supplier. The Roe project will more than double oil and gas to India is Russia also. So all these countries now, ADNOC providing them oil, signing this deal. It's a good move. Again, a very strategic business move to like attract capital towards them rather than going somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah.
And ADNOC will also possibly explore further agreements and partnerships to leverage its expanded LNG capacity. And ADNOC will continue to position itself in the global LNG market, vying for a stronger foothold against established players in the region. So more competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the end, we would just like to talk about a very tragic incident which happened yesterday. So the founder of Egyptian hydro farms, Amr Boussini, was killed in his apartment. It's a sad news that one of the budding entrepreneurs who came from Egypt was killed. The initial investigation says that and producing high quality crops marked him as a key figure in the country's push for sustainable food production. Apart from that, he recently returned to Egypt after working abroad. So it was a tragic incident which happened at his Sheikh Zayed home in Egypt. So 2 suspects have been arrested in connection, but his contributions to Egypt's agriculture future will continue to inspire many. Family and friends have paid tribute to his legacy, commending his courage and kindness. And he was a University of Hong Kong graduate in business administration. He founded Egyptian hydro farms in 2013. So his work aimed to combat water scarcity. We've already talked about it. So he was a good figure, a budding entrepreneur in the Egyptian scene. He was killed tragically. May his soul rest in peace, and may the perpetrators or the people who did this tragic thing, they get caught, they face the law soon. So this is what we have for you today. We discussed 8 stories today. That's a good growth for us. We discussed how Sheikh Hamara has launched her company. We also talked about The Spectator, a UK magazine, being bought by Paul Marshall. We talked about Dubai National University opening soon. The idea is to make it the top 50 universities in the next 10 years. And we talked about Carrefour going to India using the help of Dubai-based Apparel Group. We also talked about a deal between ADNOC, Abu Dhabi National Oil Company, and Indian Oil, which is the state-owned Indian oil company, that they've signed a 15-year LNG deal. So all this happened.
And Leon Black coming to Abu Dhabi.
Coming to Abu Dhabi with his $1 billion fund.
Yes, so if you missed the first half of the show, you can always catch us on all these streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Anghami. You can also find us on TikTok, Instagram, X, Facebook, and YouTube. We also have a daily newsletter out that comes out at 6:30 a.m. exactly, and we usually condense the day's main stories into a newsletter, so make sure to check that out. Thank you for joining us on the Smashi Business Show, a Smashi Business production, part of the Augustus Media Podcast Network. We'll see